Hello students, how are you all? I hope you are all doing well. You are all healthy and safe at home and you are studying. I hope you are all studying. And from today onwards, I will also start sending you video lessons. You should watch them. I will be sending you notes, question and answers, and I will be conducting tests. You should all respond positively. Shall we start with? Yes. Today, let us discuss a very interesting topic, development. The word development is a common word with a broad meaning. You can see on the slide the aspects of development are, when we take it as personal development, it may be progress, growth, refine, to become better in all these aspects, education, health, behavior, physical, intellectual, all these are the growth, personal. When all these are attained, we call it as personal development. We all grow from childhood to adulthood and attain physical, mental, emotional, educational growth, which gives rise to our overall personal development. You can see personal development comprises of so many things. Similarly, in economics, the word development also refers to similar growth and progress in terms of economy of a nation. You can compare your body, our body, to the country. When we compare our body to the country, when we are growing, we take so much of time to grow and to develop our personality. In the same manner, a country also takes lot of time for the development. In economics, the word development also refers to similar growth and progress in terms of economy of a nation. It is a qualitative growth. Okay, we always see that the qualitative aspects of the citizens will help in the growth and development of the nation, which comprises of various aspects. Let us discuss them one by one. Now, when we define the economic development in general, we can tell it as the process in which people in a country become wealthier, healthier, better educated and have greater access to good quality housing. Who develops the country? It is the citizens, isn't it? So, when the citizens when the welfare of the nation is taken care by the government, then we can call it as an economic development. In your textbook, economic development refers to increase in a country's capacity to serve the economic interest of its citizens and overcoming economic problems like poverty, unemployment, inequality, etc. Now, these are the features of economic development. When the country has to develop, there should be good literacy rate, there should be, the country has to be modernized, like you have internet access, then at the academic level, students must be able to, citizens must be well educated, there should be access to good housing quality, people, the country should be industrialized, the standard of living should be good and a good quality of health care. Now, the definition of economic development, the definition given by Professor Mayer and Baldwin is economic development is a process whereby countries' real national income increases over a long period of time. So, he emphasizes on three basic features of economic development. That is, he says it is a process, rise in real national income and sustained over a long period of time. See, when you just compare these three elements to the growth of the person also, see, for your personal development, it grows stage by stage, isn't it? We grow stage by stage, childhood, you are an infant, then you become child, then you become adult, isn't it? It's a process, and as we are growing, our standard of life also changes and it takes a long time to change. Now, this is how I have shown the three elements of economic development as defined by professor. It is a process where there is a growth of national income and it takes a long time. Now, the process, see, as we are growing, first you join a kindergarten, then you go to the school, then college level, then you do some professional course. So, there is a process, it is stage by stage you do. In the similar manner, when the country has to grow, it has to go stage by stage. The process refers to the operation of forces that brings change in the supply of factors of production and in the structure of demand for the product. You know that the demand also keeps changing. So, according to the demand, the factors of production also change. Now, what are the elements that depend upon the factors of production? Every year, every day, new discoveries of resources take place. Education also changes, skill development, capital accumulation, population growth and adoption of better techniques of production, etc. It is a process. All these changes takes place stage by stage, and this is very well shown here. See, the factors of production depends upon the source, invention of sources, discoveries, and when the sources and the discoveries are infused, the lot of changes will take place. Now, you know that the process of production, the factors of production give rise to income of the country, and the economic development is measured in terms of economic national income. Over a period of time, the objectives of economic development have been broadened, and now we have inclusive and sustainable development. And what is national income? National income is the money value of all the final goods and services produced by a country during a period of 1 year. National income consists of collection of different types of goods and services. You have already studied this in your 8th standard as well as 9th standard. Now, the economic development depends upon the real national income, they say. What is the real national income? Real national income is nominal or money national income adjusted for inflation. That means it is also national income at constant price rise. That is, we remove the increase, that is inflation price effect to arrive at the national income, real national income. That means, see, you know that the price of the price of the commodities keeps changing. Today it is something, tomorrow it is something. All that is not taken into consideration. The income of selling those prices is not taken into consideration, but at certain time the income, the prices of the commodities will remain stable. So, the national income accumulated or got at that time is taken as real national income. Now, the third aspect is long period. The increase in real national income should be sustained over a longer period, that is, say for example 10 years or more. Short term spurts in income are not considered as development. Alva, nimdu what you get a job for 6 months or 8 months and you cannot take it as your income, isn't it? It's a temporary job. So, that things that happen for a temporary period of time is not taken as national income or the growth of in the economic development. Whatever is sustained for a longer period of time, that is taken for calculation. Now, Professor Colin Clark also gives a definition like this: improvement in economic welfare, availability of goods and services, reducing poverty, achieve self-sustained growth in income. So, all the definitions are almost similar. Now, objectives of over a period of time, the objectives of economic development have been broadened, and now we have inclusive and sustainable development. It ensures that every person is benefited by the process of inclusive development. Inclusive development means other aspects, not just real income, national income, per capita income are not just added. So many other things are also added, and I have shown on the slide that the other inclusive element of the growth are reduction of poverty, generation of employment, development in the agriculture, social sector development, equal distribution of wealth, industrial development, reduction in regional disparities, environment protection. So, all these are called as inclusive development. And sustainable development. What is sustainable development? People are taken into consideration. When we take as people, that is, you know that people of a country are called as human resource. So, these human resource should be qualitative. They should end poverty and hunger. There should be prosperity and fulfilling lives in harmony and nature. There should be partnership with other things, and the most important is there should be peace in the country and with the international other countries also. Now, these are the points I have made. Inclusive and sustainable development. The elements of inclusive and sustainable development are increasing income, attaining quality, reducing poverty, unemployment and inequality of wealth, then conserving resources and environment, enhancing overall welfare of all the people. This is how it is shown. It is a circle. If the earth is a circle, then all these things has to be sustained and balanced. Social, environment and economy. Just it is not that only economy has to be expanded. Society should be the people should get a welfare society, and we have to protect our environment also. Now you know that the countries in this world are recognized as developed and underdeveloped or developing. The underdeveloped denotes a backward and stagnant situation. Let us see the features of these countries. Now, these countries are called as developed countries. Countries like USA, Canada, Japan, Germany, England, Australia and so on, they are considered as developed countries. And what are the characteristics of these developed countries? They have a very high level of income and also consumption. Their standard of life is very high. They have a better quality of life of the people. The literacy rate is very good. Life expectancy is also very good. Very low infant mortality rate. Very low infant mortality rate means the death of the children under 12 years is called as mortality rate. Then their industries and technology are very much advanced. Low rate of growth of population. The population is very less there, and low birth rate and death rate. These are the characteristics of developing countries, developed countries. Now, this is the difference I have put on here. Difference between developed countries and underdeveloped countries. You can just compare high per capita income, developed country, low per capita, underdeveloped. Incidence of poverty is low, poverty is existent widely. Industrial service and sectors are predominant, and underdeveloped countries are agricultural. So, these are the difference between developed and underdeveloped. On these basis, the countries, the World Bank report actually says that the World Bank report has classified countries as high, medium and low income countries. All countries with middle and low income are referred to as developing countries. India is a prominent developing country that has recorded significant rise in income since 1990. Now, I just want to show you some pictures of the developed and the developing countries. Here, see, you can see the education, the school here in the developed country looks like this, and the schooling in the developing countries is like this. If you just see these pictures, you will know the difference between the developed nations and the developing nations. Now, the characteristic features of developing countries I have already discussed. I have put on like this in the form of points, you can note down later. And then this is again the difference between the developed and developing nations. I have written in terms of statistics, you can just read down later. And the difference between, see the developed country how it looks, and the underdeveloped countries how they look. You can just see how all these are underdeveloped country, and I think this is India only. Overpopulation, slum, poverty, all these are common in the developing countries. See how the difference between the developed country and the developing countries. All these pictures will clearly tell you how what is the condition of developed countries and the developing countries. Now today I shall stop at this. I have explained you developing and the developed countries. Let us revise today's session. I want you to answer this, go through the lesson at home, make some points and answer these questions. I am sending you these questions. Please read out, write the answers and send it to me tomorrow. Thank you. Have a good day.